What's going on, people? It's your boy Soul Fist. Oh man, it's been like forever since the last time I was here making a video. What's up, Felicia? It's been like forever since the last time I was here making a video, and I just kind of want to talk to you first. This is like my first time kind of using this whole new setup thing I got going on and everything, and I really hope I can increase the production value and the quality of the videos I make. You're gonna have to go. And like I just hope you guys enjoyed the new quality and everything, and I hope there is new quality to be had. But with that being said, I want to talk about a series I watched not too long ago called Kengan Ashura, and I'm a huge fan of this series. And this video is just like a review or a recommendation or whatever you want to call it of said series. It's really, really good. I watched the first 2 seasons or volumes or whatever you want to call it on Netflix, and I loved it. I loved it so much. And I guess I'm just gonna go over that really quickly. This video won't be too long. I kind of just want to just test out this new equipment while making a productive video about it. So let's talk about Kengan Ashura. The show is about a dude named Oma. I can't remember his last name right now, but there's so many things about this character of Oma that I really, really, really love. Like for the first thing is that he calls everybody by their full name, like Kazuo Yamashita. You know, the dude is so cool. But long story short, Oma is a fighter who gets hired by a company to fight in this tournament, and they're having this one really big tournament right now. But overall, these various companies from all over the world would hire fighters to have underground fights for them, and that's pretty much how they trade their money, among other things. I'm being vague to a certain extent because I really don't want to spoil this series. I'm trying to say any spoilers in here because I really want you to go and watch it for yourself. So that's the gist of the series, and that's pretty much all you need to know to get into it. But another thing I need to know is that the show is kind of grounded in a sense of realism. While yes, the characters are incredibly strong, they can like break concrete and punch up and smash cars and stuff. There's like no like superpowers or anything in the series. It's all rooted like in martial arts, wrestling, boxing, judo, stuff like that. And the animation is so good. The series switches between 2D animation and like a 3D CGI animation, but it does it so fluidly, sometimes you don't even realize it. There'll be instances where some characters are in 3D and some characters are in 2D, and I kind of stops like, whoa, that character's in 2D, what the heck? Nevertheless, Kengan Ashura is an amazing series, and I recommend literally anybody watch it. From start to finish, I was completely enthralled in it. Me and my friend, we sat here and we watched episode after episode after episode. We didn't binge the whole series, but we would binge like 6 or 7 episodes at a time. I think there's about 24 episodes, maybe a little bit more than that, out right now. And I'm just ecstatic for season 3 because the setup, the series goes through some type of setup before they get to this main tournament arc thing. But the setup is all enthralling because you're meeting all these people who will be competitors, like characters like Lahido, who I'm a huge fan of. Like it's kind of hard to put into words how excited I was and how much I wanted more while I was watching the series. The animation is fantastic. The martial arts in the series is very well choreographed. There is that whole anime trope where while the people are fighting, there's the spectators who are watching the fights to kind of explain to you what's going on, but it's not so overbearing and so overdone to the point where it gets annoying. And then I was having fun watching the series, trying to guess, well, who's going to win this fight? Who's going to win this fight? Because you, believe it or not, you actually don't spend the whole series watching Oma fight. By the time they get to this little tournament section, Oma only has so many fights in the tournament, so and the series does not gloss over or skip the other fights that he's not a part of. You will see every fight one by one by one, which leads to so much hype for me for season 3 because now that I know who won all the tournaments and all the fights in the first round of the tournament, these people are now pairing up against each other. So I'm like, who's going to win between this guy and this guy and this guy and that guy and this guy and that guy? There's a character named Cosmo, and I'm in love with that character. He's awesome, among other things. Because I don't really want to get too like rambly in this video. I just want to recommend that any and everybody take the time to go on Netflix and watch Kengan Ashura because it's actually dope. The friend I was watching it, he told me like, hey, if you like this, you will really like Baki. I went back and I watched Baki. I'm not done with it yet, but I've been watching Baki and I can kind of see how Baki might have influenced a series like Kengan Ashura. So what I would say to you is, if you like Baki the Grappler, is that what it's called? If you like Baki, go watch Kengan Ashura because you will absolutely love it. There's a lot of heart. There's a character tied to Oma, Kazuo Yamashita, who's like his manager, I guess you can say, and he's tied to him in a sense where he's kind of like your eyes into these insane fights. But you really feel for this character because he's not just some one-off guy who's unimportant who always gets saved and everything. You love seeing him develop throughout the series and develop a backbone and do all these other things, but you also love to see how much faith he has in Oma to win these fights. There's another character go by the name of Ryan that Oma's gonna fight later in the series. Fantastic match. You just have to watch it, man. I love how it's rooted in so much realism, but still be exaggerated at the same time. It's just so cool. If you're a fan of MMA watching, you know, if you like Amanda Nunes as much as I do, you'll love this series. That's the only thing I can really say about it. Outside of that, man, like I would just and the opening and ending theme slap. They're absolutely fantastic. But outside of that, this is a genuine recommendation for any and everybody to go watch Kengan Ashura season 1 and 2 on Netflix if you haven't already, because it's fantastic. I would like to do something a little bit more in depth, but it's kind of hard to get very in depth with a series like this because it revolves around fighting at the end of the day. And I couldn't really reveal too much about the different fighters and their organizations and stuff without spoiling the plot for you, which I don't really necessarily want to do because it's not too much to spoil. At that point, I'll be doing a scene by scene, episode by episode breakdown of the stuff that happens, and all I can say is just go experience it. There's like preliminary rounds and which is very, very interesting. I would recommend watching that because the show kind of keeps you guessing on your toes, right? Because you kind of wonder the whole time watching, is Oma the baddest? Is he the best? Is he the greatest? Or is he not anything in comparison? There'll be times where the series will make you think, oh, Oma's the greatest, he's unstoppable. Then you'll be like, oh wait, maybe he's not. And that alone is enough to enthrall me, and it might be able to enthrall you. If you're subscribed to my channel, we might have similar tastes. So with that being said, any and everybody, watch Kengan Ashura. I highly recommend it. You won't regret it. I don't do ratings. You're rating this by now. I'm just gonna say I enjoyed it and it was fun. Like, it's been a while since I watched something that has really. I like it more than Baki. It's been a while since I watched something that's captivated me that much in such a long time. But anyway, this is just kind of just a little quick video, something I'm doing really, really quick to try and test out my new equipment here, new camera, new microphone, new all these things. Sophis is back. Sophis will be back, and expect a lot more content coming in the near future. If you haven't already, please subscribe because I plan on really hitting the ground running. You know what I mean, and coming back because you know it's been long enough. You know what I mean. But it's your boy Sophis Hell Hydra. If you get the chance, watch Kengan Ashura.
Sophis!